Good afternoon, folks. We focus a lot on various Earth changes and signs of the impending magnetic pole shift, but it's not just the Earth. The entire solar system is shifting in a similar way. We've gone over this, but here's a recap and we'll follow it with the newest evidence. The sun's magnetic field is changing just like Earth's is, and with it, the helium abundance in the corona and possibly the solar wind. That last part is awaiting secondary confirmation. Mercury is the lone outlier in the entire solar system. We need to wait for Bepi-Colombo data in the next few years. But Venus's fastest winds have increased 33%, and that was reported a decade ago. They may be even faster now. Mars has notable climatological, seismological, and rotation speed changes. It's now thought to have an active mantle, and while scientists mostly believe they made a mistake in years past when they thought the planet was dead, it is just as likely that the planet has recently woken up. Jupiter's changes are perhaps the most dramatic. Cloud bands, major storms, and its radio emission, driven by its magnetic field, are changing, direct evidence of the shift there. Saturn's superstorm was on a reliable 30-year cycle until it came a decade early. Uranus has had record storms and aurora, indicating a systemic change there. Neptune's well-known storm patterns totally reversed, and a dramatic cooling is occurring. Pluto lost a fifth of its atmosphere in just 1 year, and the interplanetary space is becoming dustier, with more ions and neutrals and various pressure fronts and shocks noted by Voyager. The working hypothesis is that the solar system is taking impact from the galactic current sheet and the galactic magnetic reversal. In the last year, we've had 3 significant new updates to the list. Neptune's cloud changes are far too dramatic to just be a function of the solar cycle, as was implied by NASA here. In fact, they imply a much more dramatic shift. Jupiter's new jet stream feature would certainly have been noticed before if it was a solar cycle pattern. It's almost certainly another atmospheric change on our gas giant. And of course, just this week, we learned that the polar infrared brightness at Uranus has more than doubled in a 7-year span. Now, while minor changes in this are expected over its entire orbit around the Sun, that takes decades, and it isn't expected to be this extreme over its entire orbit. Yet another shift on Uranus. It is one thing to know Earth is changing magnetically, but to grasp the totality of the scenario, you need the bigger picture. You can learn much more about that at the links below the video. They are extremely informative. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the morning for the daily show. Be safe, everyone.